Alright, we are here on GT6 Adventure, and I have been attempting to get some stuff done. I've got most of the sluice juice ran down here. I've been running that for the last couple days. I still don't have any real charcoal or lignite or anything like that to speak of. I've been making it as much as I can and burning it up just as quick. What we're going to work on today is I am going to first off see if I can get the sluice to make me some more lignite coke, which honestly I probably should not be doing. If we look at the lignite coal here, if I take it and doesn't it show how much it gives? Apparently not. What I'm getting at here is lignite coal will give you more, if I'm remembering this correctly, more dark ash than the coke will, because the coke is taking out, I guess, part of the byproduct. So if I just burned the lignite itself rather than the lignite coal, I would get more dark ash out of it. And right now that's what I really need. Because we were working the other day on getting the electrolyzer here made, so I can start electrolyzing water to get the oxygen and the hydrogen that I need. The oxygen is for roasting. I'll show you here basically what I'm looking at. So if we look at water, which I showed this the other day when I made it, but I'll take you through what all I'm needing it for. But if we look at water in an electrolyzer, okay, if I put, that's not the right thing. If I put salt in there, I will get sodium hydroxide, chlorine, hydrogen, and oxygen. Now, that sodium hydroxide is very important because we will need that for making, gotta give me a second, I gotta remember where the hell this is. We need it in the autoclave for breaking down bauxite into sodium aluminate, which we can use to make aluminum. There's the aluminum hydroxide and the sodium hydroxide. The aluminum hydroxide gets melted down to alumina, because apparently there's no way of getting the hydroxide part out, which is basically water. It's hydrogen and oxygen, but it's a different amount of the two. But you're just going to get the actual alumina out of it, and the alumina is needed for, let me find there's a thing here somewhere. There it is. Alumina nuggets, alumina ingots. I need alumina dust. There we go. So we're going to need that so we can eventually do, I want to use that, sorry. Dun, dun, dun. So eventually we can do this to make ourselves aluminum. So that is the first step of getting us to aluminum, is getting the sodium hydroxide. It's not really what I'm worried about at this point, but it is something that we need to look for in the future. But we can basically do the same recipe. You can see it's 16 EU a tick here. And we can also do it with rock salt, which would give us potassium hydroxide. But this is the recipe I'm looking at, which is the same cost. The only thing is the salt is changed out to a selector tag, and that will just give us hydrogen and oxygen. And the oxygen is needed in the roaster to make sulfur dioxide. Main thing from it, this is where me and Greg, I do believe, disagree. He considers the main thing for the roaster is getting the sulfur dioxide to make the sulfuric acid. I consider that a byproduct. The main thing I want is to be able to roast my ores and get myself the byproducts that are actually being lost. Like stantonite dust is one of the more common coppers that you can find, I guess, more easily. And when you smelt this, you get a very small amount of copper. You do not get any of the iron. You don't get any of the tin, which iron is really, really important right now. So I want to save all of that iron that I can. So I'm not even using stantonite because I think we get like 1 nugget of copper when it's used in a crucible. Yeah, you get 1 nugget of copper out of it. So here you would actually get a small pile of copper. So you're getting more copper, and you're also getting a little bit of tin and iron. And same thing for tetra. You're going to get copper, antimony, and iron again. The biggest one is pyrite, which just gives you tiny piles of iron, which this is the only way to process pyrite. And if we look at pyrite in the roaster with air, we'll do regular overworld air, regular air, you only get an 80% chance of getting the iron out of it. Now for pyrite, it's not really that big a deal because pyrite is everywhere. You can get pyrite a lot. But when you're looking at when you're looking at things like the stantonite, it's 80% chance for everything across the board. And where I disagree with Greg is I think this, the first one, if it's, 1 of 2 or 1 of 3, should be 100% chance because that's what you're going to get out of it if you smelt it pretty much. And then, give me an 80% chance of the byproducts. That I'd be fine with. But when I'm going to lose my copper, it just kind of pisses me off. So I won't do the air thing. The only thing I can see personally for doing the air thing with is if you need, where is it? If you wanted to do this recipe, where you do air and sulfur dust to make sulfur dioxide, if that's what you really are after is the sulfur dioxide. Sulfur is not hard to get. and there's no loss whatsoever. And then there's also the, it's in here somewhere. I swear it is. Supposed to be one for getting, really? You can't use air for that? Huh? I thought you could use air to get the, there it is. This is the one I was looking for, the CO2, from like coal and charcoal dust. Because you can do coal coke, oxygen, get CO2. I actually thought you could use air for that. Apparently not. I am mistaken today. Where's the... because this is a way coal dust, oxygen, CO2, and then you can take that CO2 at 42 EU a tick, and you can get carbon and oxygen out of it. So it's a way of getting carbon that you can do in the early electrolyzer. It's not simple because at 42 EU a tick, you're going to have 2 dynamos hooked up to do it, because you can't make aluminum yet to make an MV. But it is a way of getting carbon, which right now is very important because you need carbon or dark ash to purify your iron. And so this would be a way of getting that carbon, but you need the oxygen first. So I have been looking at this, and the fact that I need to store the oxygen, and I need to either store or burn off the hydrogen. Now, the hydrogen is not so much an issue because hydrogen is a gas. And the 2 fuels that I have that are coming out of the distillation tower are also gases that I'm not currently using. I am currently storing butane. Holy crap, I actually picked the right word when I clicked on it. And propane, which are also gases. And with the change that Greg did, I can run all 3 of them through the same quadruple pipe into a gas burning burning box, and it will jump from one to another. As one empties, the next one will take its place, and it'll continue to burn. So I can easily run all 3 of them into the same pipe, only store a little bit of it, and then burn off all of the excess. But I do need a way of storing the oxygen. And currently the only way to store oxygen is either in plastic drums, stainless steel drums, galvanized drums if you have GregTech Weapons Works, which if you're trying to do a GregTech only type of thing, you don't have that. Which therefore means you need either to process a whole lot of oil to be able to make the plastic drums, making more stainless steel, which means you need more dark ash to make the iron. And if you have GregTech Weapons Works, galvanized steel again takes iron. Me and Greg were actually discussing that this morning, and the fact that I've been bugging him, Greg will probably consider it more hounding him for a more early game gas tank. So like a bronze tank, which apparently he disagrees with me on. Not anything new. He disagrees with me on a lot of things. So our only choice right now is get a lot of iron. So I need to get a way of getting said iron, which means I need to get a lot of dark ash. And right now, I just went downstairs before we started and looked, and I have like 29, something like that, dark ash, even though I've been burning a lot of shit. This does not need to be in here. Let's see. Good afternoon, Redwood. Hi, Tyron. How are you doing today? Haven't seen you around a long time, probably because I haven't been playing your game in a long time. Been quite busy with other things and haven't had a whole lot of time of it. And if you didn't notice from the first time I did try it on here, I didn't get a very warm ovation for it. Not that I, don't like the game. I actually rather enjoy it because I like Minecraft, I like TFC, and it is a nice extension of both of those in my head. But I have a lot of other things on my plate at the moment and haven't had time to get back to it. But welcome. Really? Where? There. I knew it was here somewhere. Get this door out of my face. And yes, Shadow, I stream on Sunday. With the way things are going in life, I'm a whore. I stream as often as I possibly can. And I changed my day off till Mondays because, well, Mondays suck. But I haven't even been taking Mondays off, so shut up. I'm here. Oh, hi, Creeper. How are you doing today? Yeah, I agree with Bear. It's what we is referred to as a system bloat, where you might think it's justified, but in reality it doesn't make any sense and just hassling players. Something I'm commending Factorio about is that they are currently cutting out a lot of that bloat that doesn't add to the experience. Well, I have to say I like bloat. Honestly, I like the fact that there's lots of things that I have to do for things. It's just, I don't mind losing shit. I don't mind there being a loss in things. But to me, it should be like a tiered progression, where if the Crucible is step 1, that's going to be the biggest loss and the biggest hassle, least automatable way of doing things. Roaster is going to be next, or Electrolyzer, because this is only like a 2-tier system. But if it's the Roaster, then you could have 2 stages of it. Stage 1 is a little loss, less than what the Crucible is, easier to automate. And then tier 3 would be, no loss, fully automatable, but not able to be done before you've done tier 1 and probably tier 2. And the way it is right now, it's, it just doesn't feel that way to me, I guess. Okay, Creeper. So, what I'm looking at today is how am I going to store the oxygen I'm making. Again, I'm not going to try to store the hydrogen, although I do want to show you guys this as well. I do need to store some hydrogen. Can I not spell hydrogen? Probably not. We all know my spelling abilities are a little shit, to say the least. Where is, that's hydrogen peroxide. So one thing I don't like, there's no freaking fluid in here for me to click on. That's not named properly. That's helium hydrogen. Alright, kiss my butt. We'll do it this way. There we go. Yeah, hydrogen. So, one thing we are going to need hydrogen for, coming down the line a little bit later, is tungsten processing. We will need hydrogen to mix with the tungsten trioxide, which will give us the water, which we can send back into the electrolyzing system to get the hydrogen in the first place. But then also, if we go back a couple steps, so the tungsten trioxide is going to come from tungstic acid. Tungstic acid is going to come from hydrochloric acid with one of the tungsten bearing dusts in a bath, and it's going to give you calcium chloride and that tungstic acid. Hydrogen chloride, as you can probably tell by the name, it's got hydrogen in it. So we can make that with oxygen, salt water, sulfuric dioxide, and salt. That is one choice. We can also mix water and chlorine to make it. And we can also use sulfuric acid with rock salt or salt to make it. So we do need a little bit of hydrogen, but only for that final step. So we need to save just a bit to be able to do that final step, because we can make the hydrochloric acid without it, but we can't do the final step without it. And we've already gotten our crucible up to where we can smelt the tungsten once we get it. We just have to get to getting the actual dust. And so that means I have to go find the tungsten, bring it back, go through that process, get the hydrochloric acid made, which again, I'm either going to need a stainless steel drum to hold it in or a tank, because that's an acid, so it has to be in stainless steel, or tungsten itself. Galvanized can't handle it. Titanium can't even handle it, if I'm remembering correctly. So we're getting into where we need a lot of iron. And the nice thing is, once we get the actual tungsten, then we can start electrolyzing like yellow limonite and brown limonite, things like that. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. We need to get this water situation dealt with first. Holy crap, what the hell are you guys arguing, talking, typing? Fuck, I can't read that much. So you like the GT509 bloat they added just to make it harder? No, not even close. To be honest, GT5 is one of the least offenders, at least until the assembly line. I disagree with that, Creeper. If you play with the old chemistry, or the mid chemistry before they refined it back down, it had a whole lot of extra bullshit in there that was not needed to make it ultra realistic. And I don't think that was necessary. Now, if you don't have the hard chemistry turned on, yeah, the bloat's not quite as bad. The grind is there, the bloat isn't. But there has been some bloaty issues, and yes, that assembly line is honestly just exactly that. It's a bunch of useless shit. Let's see, even the author of the pack thinks it got way too bloaty, so yes, for sure. Wait, what is an acid? My internet shit itself. Was talking about needing to emphasize not. I know some things are bases and some acids. Yeah, we're looking at getting a roaster soon. What I was talking about being an acid is hydrochloric acid. Now, one thing I didn't talk about is, along with what I'm doing, I'm going to be making sulfur dioxide like I showed you in the roaster, which is going to be used to make sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is going to be an absolute awesome thing to have because we can use it to process some other things and start doing the vitriol processing. I'll show you this here for anybody that hasn't seen me do it before. So sulfuric acid, there we go. So sulfuric acid, one is actually needed for making our lead acid batteries. It's also another way of getting carbon because you can use sugar in sulfuric acid and get a bunch of carbon with some sulfur trioxide and water back. Not worried about the nitric acid yet, although that will be needed as well. And not worried about that one at the moment. This one we're going to need as well. I do believe that's needed for aluminum. But the one that we're actually looking for is in baths. We can put ilmenite dust in sulfuric acid and get rutile and green vitriol. We can put sheldonite in it and get cyan vitriol, which that would actually go in aqua regia as far as I'm concerned. But you can do pyrope and get pink. You can do, that's not a real thing. You can do tungstate and get gray. Meteoric iron will give you green as well. Basically anything that's iron is going to give you the green vitriol mainly. Anything that is magnesium will give you the pink or has a magnesium content to it. Antimony will give you white, which is anything with a zinc content. Tetrahydrite will give you blue, which is anything that is copper content. And then the green vitriol will give you iron. This is MV, so you're not going to be able to do this until you get aluminum. Let's see. And I do believe all of them are MV, except for the clay one, which is HV, which is a pain in the ass. But there's the gray one, which is manganese. The cyan, which is nickel. The blue one, which is copper. And the other main one is, white, which is zinc. Did I miss one? Big gray, green, cyan. And then somewhere in here is the clay one. There it is, vitriol of clay. And that is the expensive as hell one, which gives you alumina, which is to make aluminum. which is basically anything that has an aluminum content to it. But that is something that I really love setting up, is all the sulfuric acid things, which we want to get into, but again, that's down the road a little bit. So now that I've sat here and rambled on about all of this crap, wasting time letting my stuff run so I can get some more things to throw in to be roasted, or to be ran in the coke oven, so I actually have more stuff to run. We need to get some tanks made. Mainly we need to get one tank for oxygen. That's the biggest thing we need to do right now, is get a tank that'll hold oxygen. Seems to have a certain affinity for sulfuric acid. Melt all the things. Yes, I love sulfuric acid for processing things, and then aqua regia is the next step of after that. Let's see if I can spell this properly here. Enough to get. Where's one of them damn vials at? Aqua middle. I don't even know what that is. Can I not spell it well enough to give me one? Aqua regia. There it is. This stuff. I love this stuff. I love this stuff because it gives you platinum group sludge, which is a way of getting osmium. Aha. You can also get platinum, iridium, rhodium, palladium, and ruthenium. But mainly you get friggin' osmium. And when you get to the end game that we have right now in GT6, this osmium and iridium content is much needed, because when you get into the replication system, it all takes osmiridium casings. So you need a lot of osmium and a lot of iridium to do that. So everything that I possibly can run through aqua regia that will give me platinum group sludge, I will hoard until I have it to do it, because I want all of the osmium. You can also use it for like copper and get chloroplatinic, and a tiny refined chloroplatinic is gold. And you can also do it. Wait a minute, did I say that wrong? Chloroauric. I did say the wrong one. That one is the gold. Chloroplatinic is the platinum one, which you get out of the sheldonite. So it's a way of getting extra platinum, extra gold, and mainly the platinum group sludge. And then there's also this one for zinc, tin, and cassiterite, if I'm remembering correctly, which is stantic acid chloride, which is tin, which isn't quite as important as the other ones. But that's all the fun, acidy, crazy things we're going to be getting into soon. Let's see. Bear loves waiting on osmium. Yes, I'm waiting on osmium right now on Fear the Night, actually, so we can get the fusion reactor over there done. Been waiting on osmium for like a month. Yeah, exactly. I haven't played GT6 since the last time I played on your GT6 server, but looking to give it a try again, although I'll probably regret it later. GT is very time consuming. Yes, it is. And don't you have a base on Fear the Night to get done so I can do a tour of the place? Since your assistant partner whatever you want to call it, like, took the hell off when you had to go to work. Yeah, you guys get back to work. I want to see this, you know, magnificent mess that you guys call a base. The hell just happened to your mic, Bear? It just sounded like you got far away all of a sudden. It's still right near my mouth where it normally is. It might have hit my blanket. It's freaking cold up here in the north. So I got a blanket across my lap and chest. So it might have gotten stuck in my blanket for a second when I turned my head to see the other screen. So in other words, shut up, and then it wouldn't happen. Hey, stop trying to eat that. No, stop grabbing all the things. Give me the ananas slices. Thank you. Gotta have my ananas. I haven't been on in many months. Had to focus on work. The house was mostly Zen's project. Zen hasn't been around either. Well, yes, that is very true. He hasn't been around. I have no idea where the hell he's been. I've been looking forward to seeing him so I could give him a load of shit. I still think it was funny when he came in the stream and got banned by Greg for giving me shit. That was hilarious. Alright, so I need to work on either a stainless steel tank or a galvanized steel tank for holding my oxygen. That's a number one on the list today. So tank, and you know my philosophy: go GregTech or go the fuck home. So it's going to be a GregTech tank. I'm not going to do Railcraft or, stack up Buildcraft class tanks. That just annoys the shit out of me. And I won't use Railcraft. I don't even think it's possible. Yeah, I actually took the recipes out for the Railcraft tanks because of how terrible they work with GregTech stuff. So that's not even an option. So looking at tanks, I have the small stainless steel tank. Can't use wood, can't hold gases. Oh, holy crap, excuse me. I love Railcraft tanks if it isn't with GT6, and I only love them because they're the only best option, because GT5 doesn't have a multi-block tank, and I like to store all the things. If GT5 had a multi-block tank in it, I would much rather use it over the Railcraft, but that's the best option I have for a multi-block tank to hold all the things. Hi, Bunny. How's it going today? So we have stainless steel, which will hold 1,728,000 liters. Titanium off the board. Can't do that because we can't make titanium yet. Tungsten, steel, and tungsten off the board. Can't make those either. Adamantium, not freaking possible. And then you have the dense versions of all of them. And then because we have GregTech Weapons Works, we have the galvanized steel and the dense galvanized steel, which is 1,296,000 versus the 1,728,000 of stainless steel. So a little bit less, but it just uses galvanized steel rather than stainless steel. But stainless steel might be a better option for us right now because of the difficulty of getting iron. Stainless steel only uses, let's see, 6/9. So that would be 2/3 iron. compared to the galvanized steel, which is all iron. It's all steel, just coated in zinc. But with that case, we need to get the nickel, the chromium, and the manganese to make it. I am not drying my sluice juice. I am centrifuging it. So therefore, I don't get the manganese. I do get the chromium though. So if you look at our chromium, we have 133 chromium. So that is not a problem. And we've managed to get 34 actual iron dust out of that we haven't used already. So that will help as well with this project. We also have a lot of chromite left over from last time we did this, but I don't believe any, no manganese yet down here. And our main way of getting that is pyrolusite. And we looked at this last time when we made stainless steel. And if I can hit the right buttons, get this over to the right one, we get 3 chunks of manganese from 1 dust. So it's 3/4 manganese. So I need to do a little mathificating here and see if that 75 is going to be enough. I'm guessing it's going to be more than enough to get this done, because stainless steel. Anybody got a calculator want to help me do some mathificating? What the hell are you guys talking about again? Someone needs to make a tank that is only visually a multi-block tank, but is really just a single block, the liquid display just being like a projection. Solve a lot of the problems of railcraft tanks. You mean like GT6 multi-blocks tanks? Didn't know you had that, but if so, cool. The other dummy blocks are only delegating the tank access to the control block, and only the controller block checks the structure, not every single fucking block, like railcraft. I'll still never forget when I found out they had infinite view range. Railcraft multi-blocks are outright shitty. Yeah, they are terrible for performance. The more you build, the more you're going to lag. You don't trust me? Go look at any of my GT5 bases. You'll find out that's very true. Where they'd still be rendered even invisibly for thousands of blocks away. All blocks check for structure. Everything renders globally. And things like the blast furnace scan the entire area around them for chest every single fucking tick. Ouch. Good thing I've never used, that I can remember, a railcraft blast furnace. I do know that the checking around the tank thing is very, very much true, because if you ever screw up and place a block, even with the coke oven, if you place an extra coke oven block beside a railcraft blast furnace, it will unform the railcraft blast furnace or railcraft coke oven, even though it is fully there. So you always have to leave a gap between the two. You can't place them side by side like you can the GT6 ones or even the immersive engineering ones. There has to be a gap, because as soon as you place the next block for the next tank, it fucks everything up. It literally shits itself. Okay, so mathificating. Nobody's volunteering, so I'm mathificating. So hold on to your britches. This is going to get bad. Alright, so 2 stainless steel rings. We don't even going to count them. We're worried about the actual walls here. We need 4 plates per wall. We need 26 walls. Well, 25 walls and a valve. So 26 walls, because it takes a wall to make the valve. 26 times 4 is 104. 25 times 4 is 100. 1 times 4 is 4. 104. So we need 104 stainless steel. So if we take 104, 4, and I said I needed 2/3. 2/3 is 0.66. So multiply that times, what the hell did I just say? 0.66. I missed the frickin' decimal. Percent is 69.32 that I need an iron. And then the rest is the other stuff. So if 69% of it is iron, I need to get that done. And if that's the case, if 69 of the 104 is iron, that's going to leave like 30-ish. So I'm only going to need 10 chrome, 10 manganese, and 10 nickel, basically, roughly. So I have plenty of pyrolusite to make the manganese. I have plenty of chrome. I don't have any nickel down here, but I do have some over there. So that is not a problem either. Now my only issue is I need to get that much iron done. So we have 34 there. So we have 51 here, and we have 40 there. So we have enough iron. So we can get a stainless steel tank for oxygen made right now. So let's do that. So now that you guys have gotten to hear me ramble for the last, let's see, 48 minutes, now you get to see me stand at a damn crucible and cook shit for the next hour to make this tank. Aren't you guys lucky? You get another Crucible Simulator 2018. Oh, wait a minute, it's almost the end of 2018. So ain't that when the model year turns over? Wouldn't this be like one of the first Crucible Simulators, 2019? Yeah, that's what we're going with. Go ahead and go stock up my boiler down here. I actually have automated this system to where I can put it in here. I haven't got the pipes enough to get up to the coke ovens yet. The only reason why I'm not using it right now, which I'm actually going to use it right now, is because it's set up to go to these as well, and I don't want to use it for those right now because they will take all that I have. So I'm just going to throw these in here, and those are only running to this. I don't have enough to run down here. Also, you may notice this nice black pipe that's running around. And you also might notice that there's like a full basement down here now. I came on here the other day. I figured nobody cared to see me sit here and mine out a freaking basement. So I mined this out while listening to some music on Twitch. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen me post about it in GT Help, if y'all like to hear some ladies singing softish rock music, go check out the Twitch channel that I put on there. They have some very lovely voices, and I've been listening to them when I'm not streaming, and they are streaming, obviously, while I'm getting things done, mainly on the weekend, because during the week I'm streaming at the time that they're on. But like Friday and Saturday night, I go hang out and listen to music and get things done around here or whatever. So go check it out. They're very nice and have some very lovely voices. So I ran this pipe. I'm using it for getting rid of the creosote. Stop it. I'm using it on the dryer here to get rid of my creosote. Figured that was a good use for creosote to just make me some distilled water occasionally. No, nothing exploded. It was lightning. Stop thinking I'm fucking shit up. Although I ought to, since you're taking the day off, Greg. You know, you could be here to, harass me a little. But no, you're taking the day off, so I ought to blow something up just for that reason. The dog did not do anything. No, not that, Lightning. She's actually behaving herself. She's laying over in Junior's chair behaving herself, which is very, very unusual. Well, actually, it's kind of usual when he's not here. Because if y'all notice when I'm streaming and Junior's not here, she is very quiet. It's only when Junior's here that she has to be a royal pain in my ass. And she is very good at it when he's not here. Alright, so before we do this, let's get some of the sulfur out of here. Make sure I have plenty of room. This is why I say I have no issue with sulfur, is because all of this lignite that I'm doing gives me butt tons of it. I have, let's see, 108 sulfur right now. So yeah, I got plenty. Alright, so we got the iron, we got the chrome, we got the pyrolusite, which I need to smelt down, which since I only need 16, I might actually have some manganese already smelted down. I need this nickel. Now, the nickel I have saved down here because Bath nickel platinum group sludge. But although I can use it for that, I kind of need it. So 714, I'll take that as well. I'm going to go check the other side first to make sure I don't have any left over there before I actually smelt this down. If I knew exactly where a garnierite vein was, which I think I do, I'd actually go get some of that or some pentlandite. But I'm not positive. Hey, look, there's some inbar right there. Hey, there's some more iron in here too. Niobium, more iron. There's some nickel plates I can use to make more inbar. And look at that, we've got 23 manganese plates. So I don't even need the pyrolusite. I can save that for batteries later. Let's see, you got like 9K on Fear of the Night or something probably. Oh, manganese? Oh yeah, we've got tons over there. Garnierite, not so much. We get rid of it immediately. If that's the one you were referring to. Which, by the way, While we're randomly rambling about random things, I do believe I'm going to make an addition to the pack, and I'm going to make a deletion from the pack this coming week. I'm not updating the pack this week because it's only going to be a GregTech change, and it's just the anvil, and the anvil isn't done. He's working more on the anvil this week. So I will update the pack next week. We had discussed taking out the Aether mod, and with there being people on the server that are kind of missing in action, I don't want to take it out without them being able to get rid of the things that they have from that mod first. I don't know what it will happen with any non-GregTech containers. So I don't want to screw up anybody's bases. So I'm not going to take it out. But I know that the people that are MIA from the server have not played with dynamic trees since we've added it. Shadowhead showed us a bug in this version of dynamic trees where you always get an oak sapling no matter what sapling you actually break, which is kind of annoying. It's not really a deal breaker. What the fuck am I in here looking for? I'm looking for something. I don't know what it was. Oh, 2 pieces of dirt to fix a fucking hole. But we've had those trees sitting over here for like ever. And although they look kind of neat, they don't give shit for wood. A normal oak tree of this height, I would get like 6, 8 logs at least out of. And let's see, I'll show you here. This one is not full, right? This one has at least 1 full block. That one looks like it has 3, so we'll take this one down. Doop. Alright, so that big of a damn tree would at least have 6 in it. And this one has 4. And if it was branched out that much, you would get probably 12 or, 16 blocks. So as much as I like the mod for aesthetics and the differently shaped trees, it's much better to just use willows where you're going to get, a decent amount of wood out of them. And you don't have the issue with things being weird with the acorn thingies. And also, apparently, it is lagging the world gen a bit. Where in the hell did all these things get put? I don't know. I'm throwing them in here for now. So I'm going to remove that from the pack this week. So I'm going to cut down all the trees and get rid of all the saplings and things like that. And let's get rid of this lignite coke real quick. Did you plant them yourself, or did they grow all by themselves? Those trees I planted all by myself. I have not seen any of them replicate themselves. They apparently do not do it as much in 1.7.10 as they do in 1.12. Because I do know with 1.12 they replicate themselves or replant themselves. Very, very much. Here I replanted this whole area. I don't really see where any trees have spawned in that I didn't plant. I also planted As you can see, a whole bunch of willows over here. Still need to do something with this clay hole we have here. So I have some more tree area. But I was wanting to get something that I could burn. So I've been spending a lot of time out here cutting down trees, making charcoal, and burning that to get the lignite processed, and mainly just to get the sluice juice processed. Okay, so now shut the fuck up and go cook some shit, would you? Alright, so the first thing we need to do is make invar. I need to figure out exactly how much invar I need to make. We've got 4 stainless steel plates there. And that's germanium. Don't need that. We need the manganese plates. We want the nickel plates. We want the invar plates. We don't need the iron or the iron plates. I did want to look and see. Don't think we have any. There's a little bit of nickel. Not enough. Gold, glowstone, phosphorus. Thought we had some more nickel. Pyrite, calcium, tin, pyrolusite. I still got to get everything moved. Still in the process of getting everything over there to the factory. There's a lot of stainless steel 1/72 right there. I don't know how many that's going to be. It's not going to be anywhere near what I need. But there is some. There's also some invar right there. Take that. Alright. So let's see if I can figure this out. I am terrible with trying to do this in my head. Or even with just a calculator. I need 140. Man, I needed like 70 iron. And I needed like 10 nickel. So let's just do the 10 nickel. So that means I need 30 invar. 10 nickel, 20 iron makes 20 invar. So that's what we're going to go with. And we've got 7 currently. Let's get rid of this dirt out of my inventory. I actually got for over here. And let's start getting this made up here. So, let's see, 6, 12, yeah, it's going to be too many. So, 4 nickel and 8 iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll make 12. Let's go ahead and get started with that. Rings, gears, sticks and rods. Just give me an ingot. There we go. Ingot. You're an ingot. And, nah, never mind. Let's just, take this. Why are you hiding over here, Mr. Anvil? Let's take this chest and just pop it right there. Let's put our invar in there, our manganese in there, our chrome in there. So we only have the things that we actually need. Or mostly need in my inventory. Did you... well, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna pull Twitch stream up so you have an extra viewer. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm up to like 1.3 average viewers. So I'm getting to the 3 I need. I'm up from 0.47 before, so all the help I can get, the better. Question about liquid stuff. Is there a way to get a pipe system to shut off flow to locations with a lever or redstone signal? No. There's no valve pipe. I've been bugging Greg for a valve pipe, but no, there is no valve pipe. Cook, you bloody bastard, cook. I'm gonna have to make new boots. I still have 0 durability on my boots. I don't know how in the hell I have 0 durability on my boots. I'm definitely gonna have to make some new ones of those. I take way too much damage with my armor. My rubber ducky suit. I'm here on Twitch. Take my view, bitch. I'll take it. I really need to use some of that chromium and make a burning box. I have enough now. I seriously need to get that done. Because this thing is slow for these higher things like Invar and iron and stuff like that. It's kind of nice for like over here with the zinc smelter because I don't need to go very fast, but for things like this, it's a little slow. What's a view? Also, so who is going to stream Fallout 76? If we can figure out a way to do it, it's going to be both of us. If we can set up 2 different characters, we'll both do it. We should be able to put the same game on 2 different computers and just log in as the same user. So we'll both do it. Junior will probably do it first because I'm still finishing Fallout 4, or I will finish Fallout 4 and start Fallout 76 because I'm pretty close to getting done. Junior is still working on New Vegas and then is planning on going to 70 or going to 4. So he may want to wait on 76 until after. If we can come up with another $60 to get another copy of it, then the 2 of us will play together. But we won't play it at the same time if we're not playing together. Alright, so let's get this poured. I'll go ahead and turn it off while I do this. Yeah, I know it's online, and I I have mixed feelings about that. I've always complained about Fallout not being online, or technically not being multiplayer. Give me a second here. There's 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've always complained about it not being multiplayer. Not really wanting it to be online, because it's a more story-based game, and I think being a multiplayer would be okay. I'm still kind of iffy about the whole online thing. Like what Junior said yesterday, is with it being online, I'm going to have to be a little bit less of an asshole, because there's 6 active nukes on the map that people could, potentially blow my ass up with. I'm hoping that there's a way to play the game single player, or set up a land multiplayer where it's just the 2 of us, and it doesn't have to go through one of the official servers, or even being able to set up your own private server for like a small group of people to play with. Because I did hear when they released it, or when they were talking about the release of it, back at whatever freaking convention it was, they discussed it, and I think it was E3 or some shit. That it wasn't going to be thousands of people playing together on a server. It was going to be like smaller, maybe hundreds of people on a server. But I just don't. I don't see the multiplayer aspect of it being that great in a more story-driven game. I could be wrong, but I don't see it myself. Let's see. You don't end up with too much random people interactions, and you can see where people are, so avoiding them is easy. Only when you take a special workshop can they attack PvP you. As far as I know, there won't be any LANs or private servers. Trust me, I've been wanting that. Yeah, it's only was 20 to 30 max people on servers at a time. Also, most trade would come from other people. Yeah, shutter covers do exist, which you can interact with a machine controller. So you could use a machine controller with redstone to shut a pipe or a wire off that way. Although Greg went, and made a frickin' machine controller take a frickin' circuit, because he's a mean ass. Already takes aluminum and then he makes it take a frickin' circuit. Yes, I'm still complaining about this, Greg. It's been 6 months to a year, and I'm still complaining about it. I still disagree with your choice of throwing a circuit in that thing. It's a dummy switch. It does not need a circuit. But yes, Greg, thank you for reminding me that I forgot about the damn thing. Not that it's anything new that I forgot something. The robot super mutants are about the only trade you get alone with vending machines like Borderlands. Really? They have vending machines like in Borderlands? That's kind of strange. Alright, so I needed 30. I have 29. So let's get... this is going to be a pain in the butt part. because I get a, what is it, 125, so that's 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 3/4, that's 4 right there. So let's start with that. 4 plus 8 iron. Wait a minute, that's actually 1, that's actually 5. So 10. That'll give me another 14, so that'll take me above what I need. So this should be the last of what I need for the Invar. Actually, I don't even need quite that much because I forgot I had those in there. Let's see, this is down to 400. You know what? I don't need to run over there to get rid of it. I can just throw them in here for now. And that will be fine. Fine, just fine. Kind of the vending machines don't let you sell, only buy. Also, quests are given through holotapes and recordings. So there's like no NPCs or very little NPCs to interact with like in normal Fallout games. Because most quests come from NPCs in every other Fallout. There are no human NPCs? What the fuck? Well, I guess if this is supposed to be the first vault that has opened, there would be less humans in the world. Less as in like no. So I guess that makes some sense. It's just really going to be strange playing a freaking Fallout game without NPCs. Human NPCs, that is. Mostly computer holotapes, notes, and some super mutant other creatures with intelligence. And yes, you are the first people out. It was okay. Quests were, okay. Alright, well, I'll see what happens. I don't want to judge the game before I actually get to interact with it and play with it. I know what I've seen of it looks, awesome. All I have seen is like the footage from E3 and trailers, because one of my favorite things with games is the first experience you get when you play a game. So I don't actually like to watch other people play games like that, because it's going to take away from my first experiences when I play it, because I've already seen it done. It's kind of like watching a movie for the second time, For some games it's okay, but for more story-driven games like what Fallout, Red Dead Redemption, things like that, I really don't want to. I don't want to know too much other than maybe a little bit of like what we're talking about, game mechanic type things. Also, it has team events for wave, horde stuff. I agree with the movie stuff. Okay. Also, perk skills have changed. Didn't they say like in again, the E3 is where I get most of my information. that like there's no level cap or some shit. You can just keep getting better and better and better. You level up perks, but you get special perk skill cards that you assign to the levels. I think 50 is level cap. Oh, really? I thought they at least had said something. You don't think there's a perk level cap? Okay. Well, I knew they said that, you could keep going on and on, where this would be more of like an endless game where you could just keep going and keep getting stronger, I guess is what they said. So maybe that meant the perk card thing, not the actual player level thing. Alright, getting down to the last little bit. I haven't been able to make it to level 50, but I believe it might not have a level cap. Getting to level 50 would take a long time. Most people only made it to 30 max during beta. And hopefully they don't have any of that weird grinding shit you can do. I haven't seen it in too many Fallout games where they really had it, but it really wasn't an issue when it wasn't multiplayer. But I know there are people like XAR is one of them. When we played, what the hell was it we were playing? Oh, when we played Ark, because you get XP for everything you crafted. He just like sat on the beach and crafted like a million frickin' of one kind of tool or some shit. I don't remember what it was he made. I think it was armor actually. Which very much annoyed me. Different types of play styles, To me, a leveling system is there to kind of help you along the way. And I don't like it being exploited. And to me, that's what it felt like he was doing. And I know other people do the same thing. So hopefully they don't have something in there where you can just sit there and, do something to level up that's just absolutely stupid and not play the game. And then get OP as shit just by making a million fucking, leather chest pieces or whatever. Alright, so 4, 3, 1, and 1 is what we need to make here. I always forget that damn number. Alright, so we're going to do 4 of these, 3 of these, 1 of them, and 1 of them. I'm actually going to move all of these up a level and get the next one set and ready to go. That way, as soon as it is ready, I can drop it. And since I'm going to be using that one, I'm going to put this here. I need to change this out for a plate one. Tink. I'm going to steal this lever. No, I'm not, because the damn lever is going to jump right in the fucking crucible. Damn thing. Alright, I'm going to go make 2 levers. Here. No explosions yet. Probably not going to be one today. I should be able to manage this without screwing up too bad. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of this one. I don't want it affected by the redstone. Now that is on. So I can now put all of these in here and have them ready to go. And then as soon as I get these poured, all I gotta do is hit the lever, everything will drop in. I shouldn't have to turn this back off. Let's see. Wasn't during the beta some sort of bug where the FPS actually mattered in how fast the game played, like the game was running faster with higher FPS? Yes, I heard about that. I think that was fixed in Xbox beta, which would be for PC, because I didn't notice anything, even though I did have great FPS. Xbox didn't have the issue only high-end PCs had, where the game ran twice as fast. Yeah, what I heard about that, they actually said it was something that they were going to get fixed before release, that they couldn't get it fixed before the beta was over. But they were going to get it fixed before the actual release of the game. Alright, so this is going to have to get up to 2011, because it needs to be wrought iron. And then I'll be able to pour it. I should be able to pour it quick enough that I can dump the next batch in, but the previous batch won't bother the next batch. So even if I can't get them all out, I can dump the next batch and then just keep going. 22, 23. Oh, it shut it off because it got up to its limit. Alright, so I'll have to leave the last one in there to make sure that doesn't happen next time. 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, and 1. Alright, turn that back on. Tink, 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 tink. Hey, give me that. Get in there. Thank you. Also, difference from Fallout 4 to 76 is you have a portable camp for a portable home. Yeah, I seen that in the E3 thing they were showing. That looked kind of neat. And it follows through worlds, so if you log out in one and back in a different one, it loads your camp into it. Now, does it actually load your camp, as in your packaged up base, or does it load the actual unloaded base just the way you had it set up in the other world, in the new world? Or do you actually have to go back to wherever it was or someplace new and unload it? Because that's one thing I seen, was that you basically use the camp kind of like the workstation in 4 to pick what you want and where you want it and all that kind of stuff. But you could just pack the whole thing up into that camp and then move your entire base to someplace else and then unpack it, which is kind of neat. Kind of weird, but kind of neat. You only get a few workbenches, so you need to find BPS instead of having all of them. You can pack it up, yes, but if you log out with a building built, it will reload completely out in same location on another world if it's made with camp. Now, what if somebody else's base happens to be exactly where your base or overlapping where your base was? Say I log into a server and my base was at plot, say the map is out in plots, I'm on plot 2, 3, 14, and 15, and somebody else has got theirs on like 15, 16, 27, and 28. What the fuck happens then? I haven't ran into that problem, but I think servers do a check and move you to one that is open in said plot. Okay. Move you to a server that has an open plot. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. So at least you feel more like you're still at home, I guess, rather than, oh, hey, you're in a whole new world. Here's your shit. Set it back up wherever you'd like. That would be what I'd do if I programmed it. Also, if you place your camp down, it does cost caps to move it to another location. I expected there to be some kind of cost for it. It's kind of weird that it costs caps to do it, though. It's like it's your own little personal vending machine. Who's getting the caps out of the fucking thing, But you can move it for extra portable storage. Oh, that's cool. So, in the beta testing that you did anybody manage to get one of those nuclear silos set off? Because that's one of the biggest things about me playing multiplayer is those fucking nuclear missile silos that are, still armed and ready to go that you can actually launch. The thought of somebody nuking my fucking ass just isn't really, a great thought in my head. I heard it will have more than it did during beta, but during beta it had 400 storage, not enough for junk storage. The codes only last for a week, and I personally haven't seen any nukes go off during beta. Oh, so the codes cycle every week? So you have 1 week to get them found in place? But it requires 5 different codes, which are in very dangerous places with hard quests, and sure, they can seek you out, but they would only do it in locations to farm better materials. Oh, okay. You will need a team to do the code thing. Yeah, that's what they said, that, it was it was something that, you know, a team would have to really work on. So in other words, I would have to really be an asshole and really piss people off for them to go out and get a group together just to nuke my fucking ass. That makes me feel a whole lot better about it. Because I am really good at pissing people off. I just don't know if I'm good enough at pissing people off that they would, you know, employ an entire team. Wait a minute, never mind. I think I could. Scratch that. I probably could piss somebody off that bad. I guess the nuke probability has a 2 people needed to turn the key at the same time to set off a nuke. Also, if you're in a team and in team talk, you can't talk to others to piss them off. Oh well, that's good. Now, Bear Senior and Bear Junior would be a team, and they are at the same place, so they could do it. Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have to be talking over team chat. We could just go, "Hey, fucker, go get that guy." You know. But they can PvP you, so if someone shoots you, do not shoot back because till you hit them back, they only do 10% total damage. Oh, but then if I re-engage with them, then it's full on battle to the death, 100% damage. Oh, currently in chat, you can't turn it off. Only team chat is off. So if I get shot by somebody and I don't think I can beat them, I can be a little tactical and run like a scared little bitch. Or I can go, motherfucker, and, you know, turn around and blast his ass. And hope like hell he hasn't got a fat man in his back pocket. You can run fast travel. It takes caps to fast travel. Wait, your mic is forced to be on during playing. Yes, you can't just follow someone or run if you're poor. So you can't just follow someone or run if you're poor. Currently, unless they plan to change it for release. So is it like total world chat where, or is it more of a, like there was a mod for Minecraft that I really liked. I seen them use in UHC once, where once you got close to somebody, then you would like start picking them up and you could hear them talking, or you could interact with them in you know, voice like that, because that would be kind of cool. If it was more of that kind of thing. Now, if it was, you know, a whole world, whole server type of thing where you could talk to somebody that's all the way on the other side of the freaking map, that would be kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Damn, Bethesda is fucking up making games. That Mumble mod plugin. Yeah, it was something like that. Sounds about right. Also, you are safe till you're level 5. Then it will explain more about PvP. Also, chat is local or team. I saw it in one session of UHC. Yeah, it was kind of interesting when they used it for UHC. That was kind of cool. I think you might be able to turn it off, but I didn't get to see that option. Only in team is it other side of map talking. Okay. Oh, that makes it a whole lot better if it's only, because it would really suck if I was, trying to talk to somebody that was right next to me and, you just had a big glumbled up mess of 20 to 30 people all talking at once about what was going on, what they were seeing, what they were doing. If you just want to talk to the guy that's, 50 feet away from you. Also, there is auto. So if you join a team, you auto talk in team, but if you're not, it auto switches back to local. That's the third option I remember. Not in team, it goes back to local automatically. That is auto setting. So you're saying that there's no NPCs things to trade with. So this is going to be a lot different for, you're not going to be able to just sell random junk to make caps like we did in every other Fallout game. You're going to have to find somebody that actually wants to buy what it is you're selling. You can't just walk up to a frickin' store and go, here's, 100 packs of cigarettes and 12 junk ass pistols. There are robot NPCs and a few super mutants you can sell too, but you don't get many caps. Alright. I have ran out of gas. Well, that means we gotta go get some coal to fire up the distillation tower. I also need to get hoppers under that thing. Forgot all about that because I'm going to get like 170 seconds out of there. So let's get this done. Mm-hmm. I know there's chests in here. Give me 2 of them. Thank you. And I got 1 pipe here. Technically, I don't need said pipe. Give me chest for right now. We'll do the job. Alright, so we're going to do that, that, and that, and that can go in there, and doop. Eventually I'll have that ran over to the rest of it, or at least go into a barrel here. But for right now, that will do the job. How's this thing doing up here? Oh, it's still got tons. And we still got oil in there, so we're good. Don't need to worry about oil. Holy crap, you talk a lot. Hold on. Robots are the shop owners. I think you have to do a quest for main quest to set up some sort of robot to sell to. I don't remember. Did a lot out of order. In one location, that is. Also, weapons have durability and levels like in 3 and New Vegas, but you can craft repair like in Fallout 4 with scrap materials. Also, food expires like fruit and meats. There are non-perishables you can find, though. You have to eat and drink like in Survival New Vegas. When you run out, though, you only lose AP points. Okay. So you don't actually die, you don't starve to death, you just can't really move, you're super fatigued. You can't run. Can't use VATS. Although the VATS part of it doesn't really bother me, because if you've ever seen me play Fallout New Vegas, I play it as an FPS. I very seldomly use VATS. I never really enjoyed the VATS part of it. I liked more the FPS shooter part of it. I'm not really a big like RPG sci-fi type of person. Like I like the wasteland idea. But I never really got the whole there's a little computer on my arm that can track, sense, target people with a, to a gun that's in my hand type of thing. I never really got it. So I never really used it too much. AP is stamina. I don't think you die or starve to death. I haven't. Also, if you're overweight, you can move, but you run out of AP points and slow to a crawl. Also, VATS is changed. Are you saying my fat ass ain't gonna be able to move? But yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was the same way in 4. Or if you were carrying too much shit, you could run, but you could only run for very short sprints, and it depended on how much overweight you were. The more you were, the quicker you lost your AP points. And at some point, you just completely were bogged down and didn't have any and couldn't move. Oh, I didn't have anything set up this time. Whoops. Guess I can get the rest of these out of here. Alright, let's get these in here. And go ahead and set up the next batch. Let's see. VATS is auto aim with a %, but is lifetime not slowed down or anything. I use VATS for bonus damage to melee, up close and personal. Overweight, you can't fast travel. So it's back to the Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas way, that if you are 1 pound over, you can't fast travel. Not the Fallout 4 way, where it doesn't really matter what the hell you're carrying, you can always fast travel. I found that kind of weird in 4, honestly, because I'm used to the 3 and New Vegas way. Oh no, you can't even run. You just jog at a decent speed and then go to a crawl if you run out of AP. That's kind of like what 4 is. Also you get desires from food and being hit from dirty animals. And radiation can mutate you with good or bad bonuses. Well, that's fucked up. Also, bad news, all items but paper and notes have weight, including ammo. Good. I like that. I always liked the more survival type in New Vegas than I did the way it was in 4. I liked the survival mode in New Vegas where you couldn't carry, like in 4. I found that I was carrying around, what was it, 2,000 and some 38 bullets with a weight of 0. I found that very, very strange coming from playing survival New Vegas, where you only carried the bullets for the guns that you needed and only the amount that you really felt you needed to have for the next trip you were taking. You didn't take every fucking bullet in your arsenal because you had to be able to carry other shit. You get perks to lessen weight from certain items, also medicine, foods, and ammo weighs stuff down. Hi, Crazy. So if you're overweight, you need to pay attention to all of it. And hi, Aiden. How's it going today? Welcome to Crucible Simulator 2019. We're starting off the new model year today, while me and Ultima talk about Fallout 76. My weight is up to 2,000 approximately, so I can carry a lot of shotgun shells, 38s and 308s. Yeah, see, I'm a more distant, long range person when it comes to fighting. I know a lot of people say it's boring when you're a more of a sniper type person, but that's what I like to do. Fuck everybody else that doesn't like it. I'm playing the game for me. I don't give a shit. I've never got big into melee, hand to hand. I'd much rather, pop somebody off from a distance or lay into them with a semi-automatic rifle. I'm not really big on automatics or submachine guns or shit like that. I like the more semi-automatic, precise shooting myself. Also on Wednesday I should be on, so if you and Junior are on, should give me your name in Bethesda so I can befriend you. Also, you can't do long range 100% of the time, so do shotgun, pistol, or machine gun. Oh yeah, I always have a shotgun. That's my usual loadout. Is I usually have a sniper, hunting rifle, something like that has a scope on it that I can do more long range shit with. Then I usually have a regular rifle, either with no sight on it, that's semi-automatic, or has like a reflex sight or holographic sight, something real close up for added targeting. In New Vegas, I always carried a cowboy repeater around. That was my gun of choice for semi-automatic because I love the Henry style rifles. And then 20 gauge, 12 gauge, whichever I have available at the time. Shotgun for when I have to get up close and personal and just boom the shit out of people. Nothing better than a good old fashioned boomstick. Hi Ryan, how's it going? Swarms are part of quests and events. The fuck is a swarm? You mean like a big fucking swarm of like bugs or a swarm of just enemies of all kinds? Early game, how level shotgun is pump and isn't good for single player for swarms. If there wasn't a word limit, he would type a whole paragraph. Use a 10 millimeter or 38 auto, semi-auto pipe pistol. Oh, I got a repeater revolver. That is awesome. Yeah, I'm not big on 10 millimeters. I don't know why. I've never really liked 10 millimeters. 38, that I can handle. Give me a nice 44, 45. Can handle that too. 45, strong and decent speed. And monsters, robot enemies. I can't do voice, so I make Bear read. Yeah, everybody likes to make Bear read at some point for some damn reason. Later, crazy. Have fun with your cheaty ass stone block recording. Damn it, I forgot to set it up again. Alright, last one to set up. Oh, you're recording GT6. Well, you know you could be on here to do GT6. Yeah, I think she was replaced with a synth as well. I found a Invar Zippo lighter in a small GT4. Fuck off. Mail that damn thing over to me. I want my shiny lighter back, damn it. I need to find one, but a frickin' Invar one is fine. Shadow is ahead of me, so I need to get some work done here. How the hell is Shadow ahead of you? He's only building a factory. He's been building a factory for like 3 streams. Greg needs to add us a recipe for frickin' Invar lighters again. Greg! Stop making me loot my lighters. Real man uses a Zippo, not a Bic. My factory is already built, a GregTech fort. Well then, what the hell you mean Shadow's ahead of you? Shadow can't be ahead of you. He's still building a fucking factory. We have now found 18 forts. Damn. Y'all do a lot of fucking exploring. I found 2. It took me like 10,000 blocks to find the fucking things. Which, speaking of, I still haven't gone over and checked that one area to see if that's actually a fort or just a black spot in the map I never discovered. Because if that's actually a black spot in the map, that is a perfectly placed black spot in the map. Oh, you got about 20 people on there. Okay, well, that makes a little more sense then. Well, do you have GT Weapon Works in the pack you're playing? Because up until the most recent update, he added a lot of loot, and QWERTY does add a lot of loot as well, which kind of messes with the loot table a bit. And one of the last updates, he added more shiny lighters into the loot table. Supercoder did, and some other things too, I guess, to kind of make it a little easier to find some of those things. Let's see, do I have enough? There's going to be 9 more coming out. That's going to give me 28. It's going to be 80. That's not enough. Good thing I got some more Invar here. 2. So, dint. We'll do this up as well. Hello, why didn't you go? Get your ass in there. It's your pack, and yes, GT weapon works. Yeah, after last update, I found the regular lighter. Also, sorry I couldn't donate enough for. Oh, that's fine, dude. You donated enough just for the one. That made me more than fucking happy, overwhelmed, excited. I appreciate it very much. Just having one for us to play is more than enough. More than I would ever expect. He's only got a handheld thermometer. He ain't even made the one that goes on the Crucible yet. Are you guys buffering? My dashboard is buffering, but I haven't lost any frames, and YouTube still shows green, so I don't know what the hell is YouTube doing now. Hello? Apparently, YouTube decided to log me out of my dashboard in the middle of fucking streaming. Am I still here? I have some friends who are going to play it with me, but not that many of my good friends are going to get it. They ain't sure about it yet. Yeah, for some reason, right in the middle of the damn stream, my dashboard started to do the swirly bits. And when I hit refresh to refresh it, I had to log back in real quick. I don't know what the fuck YouTube's doing. Why in the hell would they log me out in the middle of streaming? That's just dumb. Fucking YouTube. Never mind, I refreshed YouTube and it worked. Yeah, I think YouTube just had a fucking bork moment. Sometimes you just gotta really love YouTube. They have great decisions and great timing on things. Her CPU fan might be going out too. Not bad. 3 to 4 years out of that crap cheap fan. I'll have to get a new one, I think, soon. Yeah, just don't be a goofball like Andy and buy some expensive freaking pretty thing that he ends up finding out doesn't work anymore any better than the one he already had. Can't believe he freaking did that. Especially with all the bullshit he went through doing it. He ordered it and somehow it was being sent to the wrong address. So it got sent to the wrong address, sent back, refurbished him his money, or whatever. Fuck off, it's words, I can't speak them. We all know this. Reimbursed him his money. He reordered it without figuring out that it went to the wrong address. So then it came to the wrong address again and got sent back and refunded his money again. He called them, found out what the issue was, found out it somehow went to the wrong address, gave them the wrong address again, I think, and it went to a different wrong address. So it had to go all the way through that process again, and then finally, if I'm remembering it correctly, like the fourth time, he finally got the damn thing. And this is some big ass freaking weird looking CPU fan. It kind of looks like a spaceship, a flying saucer that sits on top of his CPU. Not like the normal box thing, and it's, all pretty. And he put a damn thing on there and still has the same amount of heat that he had with the stock one that came with the damn processor. But in natural Andy fashion, he's like, oh, but it looks so much nicer in there, so I don't care. It's like, dude, I'd have been fucking pissed if I went and spent that kind of money to get a new fan, and it was that fucking big and took up that much damn room, and it didn't do any better than the one that came stock with the processor. I'd have been pissed. Antonio, how are you doing today? All of my computers are custom built with LEDs, super powered things. Yeah, my computer, well, the computer that Junior has is my old computer. If you watch us play Borderlands every now and then, you'll hear Junior say something about him having to touch the wires together. It's my old 1998 case that he's just upgraded over the years. I taught him how to build it, upgrade parts, build computers, shit like that. So he's completely gutted this case and rebuilt it, I think, twice now. And it's needing to be done again. But I told him this time he needs to get a new case, because at some point in the last build, he actually lost the freaking on-off switch. It had fallen out of the case where it belonged, and somehow he broke the damn switch completely off the wires. And rather than going and getting an off switch out of one of the multiple cases we have sitting around here, he just touches the wires together to restart his fucking computer. I don't understand it, but it's his computer. He can do with it what he wants. Now, my computer, we actually bought this when we got it at, was 3 years ago when I started actually recording. There was a Black Friday sale at some computer pre-made thing where I could actually get it pre-built for just about the same amount or cheaper than what I could build it myself. So I went ahead and bought one that was pre-built, and I've actually had more problems with it than I have any of them that I've built myself. And I've built a lot of different computers and upgraded them and all that kind of shit. And plus, I've customized this one with adding more RAM to it and changed out hard drives. I've had a lot of issues with hard drives with this one. And I think a lot of the hard drive issues that I've had is because of the motherboard, because I think there's something wrong with the actual motherboard plugs for the hard drive. Because randomly my computer will just lose the hard drive. It doesn't recognize it's there anymore. And I will have to actually shut the computer down, unplug the hard drive, and plug it back in. If I don't unplug it and plug it back in, it does not ever recognize that hard drive. And I thought it was my my new little SSD drive that I have for my main. And then I got this other one, and it's doing the same exact damn thing, but not with the SSD now. It's doing it with the other one. So it's definitely not the hard drive. It's just the stupid ass connector on the motherboard, apparently, which kind of pisses me off. So I need to get a new motherboard, but I need to get a whole new computer. I want to go up to the Ryzen 5 or Ryzen 7. I'm not going to buy a new motherboard for this processor. I'm going to buy a whole new set with the new RAM and new processor when shit gets straightened out around here. Alright, so I need to make a couple rings. I'm going to go ahead and cook up this 6 stainless I've got here. And I need to make 2 rings. I'm going to go ahead and make 4 of them. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, since I don't really need it anymore. So I'm just going to make a couple more plates. That way, if I want to make a stainless steel drum, I can. Because I need 104. So I'm going to have 8 plates already. Actually, instead of doing plates, let's do rods, because I need 2 of them per drum if I decide to do drums. Oh, I do AMD. I don't do Intel. Intel is too expensive for the same, pretty close to the same power as AMD. For most things, AMD is just as good, if not better, than Intel. The only thing that Intel really has over AMD currently, or last time I checked at least, was faster single core processing for most things. So it was actually better for like Minecraft, but for multi-threaded things, AMD was just as good, if not better. And it's fucking cheaper and easier to overclock if you want to do so with AMD than it is Intel. And I trust AMD a lot more than I do Intel, even before this bullshit with Intel having some backdoor hackable hardware shit. I don't know. I haven't had good luck with AMD, but it's not bad. I do Intel and GTX graphics. Got an Intel i7 Gen 9. See, I do GTX graphics. I don't like Radeon video cards. I don't like the AMD video cards. I like the GTX video cards, which is what we have in both of our computers. Which, speaking of, I need to try something today. Found out something about streaming that I didn't realize I could do, that I need to give a shot today. So if anybody wants to help me do some testing today, I might do so when I get done with the stream. Alright, so let's get a tank built. Now that we've stood here all frickin' day. Alright, so we need a wrench, 4 plates. And we're going to go ahead and go in here to do it, because it will just be quicker. I'm trying to stack them damn things in there. And hopefully I do not break my wrench in the process. That's 19. I got like 7 more of these to do. So hold on a second. I don't have one over here. Hold on, we're running to the other room. The other factory. Where is there it is. Forgot I put it over here. And hey, I can't repair this? Why can I not repair this, Gordy? Gordy, what are you doing to me? Really can't repair this? Okay. And we'll make a new one. Can't use crystalline. Also, do you use splitters for your monitors? No. 2 ports on the graphics card. And do you mean that shadow thing from GTX? No, not the shadow play. Shadow play actually kind of sucks. Give me a second here and I'll explain why. We only have 5 zirconium left. Let's see what we got over here. Diamond, flawed diamond, diamond. I need to go get more zirconium. Give me these. Actually, I'll just go to another material after this. Can use that one, but I can use these 2, which will make a full one, and that'll make my 6. So, doop, doop. Plates, thank you. And light her up. Alright, so while that's cooking up, let's go ahead and just break this bitch. There we go. Okay, shadow play kind of sucks because, not that the shadow play is a problem. I've actually used it for streaming World at War 2 because OBS takes a lot of CPU power. But I can't use the YouTube dashboard and be able to see chat and my stream on the YouTube dashboard. It does it as a like external event thing. It's kind of strange. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's really fucked up. So I actually have to go in the stream itself to see the chat, or what I usually do with when I was doing the World at War 2 was, I just didn't worry about chat because nobody was talking anyways, and while I'm trying to shoot people, I really can't pay attention to chat anyways, so I would just check chat every now and then afterwards, but I couldn't have my live dashboard up on YouTube. I haven't tried it with Twitch, and I also cannot use Restream with it because it only has Twitch, YouTube, and I think Mixer. built right into it. You can't just put any freaking I might have Facebook in there, I don't remember. But I can't put like any stream key and site in there. I have to pick from the ones that they have built into it. So I don't like to use it. I've only used it when I have to, but I found out while watching another streamer, different streamer playing music, last night or the night before. This dude freaking rocking out on freaking guitar. It was very fun sitting there watching him. But there's a thing in the encoding software. I'm actually full up on shit. I'm full up on sluice juice again. Alright, so stop what you're doing. We'll have to deal with that in a minute. So typically you use the X264 encoder, because that's what YouTube and Twitch and about everybody else on the planet wants you to use. But in OBS there is, let me go see if I can find what it's called. Settings. Oh, I can't actually check because I can't change it. But there's an NV264 encoder, which is basically the same thing as the 264, except that it goes through your video card like what Shadowplay does, but it's through OBS, so I can actually have my live dashboard. Rather than the Shadowplay thing. So I want to give it a shot and see how it works. And I was going to do that before the stream today. And well, I'm old. I'm forgetful. I fucking forgot. I actually plan to be right here, end this normal stream, give YouTube a minute to do its bullshit, sending it off to be processed, and then, which only takes like 2-3 minutes, and then start the stream back up. I could technically do it right now if I wanted to. I could just end the stream and switch it over real quick, but I don't actually want to do that right now, so I want to get some frickin' work done. Alright, so do I want this tank out here, or do I want it in the basement? I typically put it in the basement. Let me think. So I'm going to have the electrolyzer probably right here, and then the roaster will be right next to it. So tank being outside, oxygen would go out and come back in, or it would go down and come back up. Yeah, fuck it, let's put it outside. I got plenty of room out there for it. Alright, so we're going to move it down here. Less pipes, the better. So we'll just do dint, 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 dint. And then shit, that one went in the wrong spot. I'm not sure if I'm going to move my dryer or not yet. Not sure. That would be something considered like planning. I don't ever plan shit. If I remember correctly, oxygen is same as air or heavier. Gas heavier than or equal to air. Yep. So I can put this right on the bottom. Don't have to worry about it going. I think this one will go up or down. So it'll flow out from that pipe just fine. I don't have any damn scaffold again. Whatever it is, I didn't do it, and stop startling me. You scared the shit out of me.
I have a question. Can you look up the recipe for a screwdriver, please?
No, I can't.
Why not?
What the hell do I need to look it up for? I know what it is.
Okay, what is it?
It's a rod with a file and a hammer.
No, I think he changed it.
Okay, why can't you look it up?
I did!
Because your NEI's fucking broken?
I did look it up.
Now you realize my recipe is going to be different than yours.
Why? Because I haven't updated in a couple weeks, probably.
It's the same fucking recipe. It's 2 fucking rods, a file, and a hammer.
Yeah, but when you put that recipe in the table, it gives you that axle crap.
That's because you didn't update. The axle is now in the corners. So guess what you need to fucking do?
Go update? Motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to reload the game.
Well, fix your shit.
Yeah, I'm going. I should probably watch your update streams. I know this crap.
No, these logs out here will not burn. One, because they are too far away from the burning boxes down below. And I will make sure when I put the roaster in that it is not anywhere near close enough. If you look at my machines, the machine is here. That leaves 1, 2, 3, and 4 blocks, and then the tank is on the 5th block. So even if I put my roaster right here, it's still not going to burn those blocks because it's far enough away. But I also have to make sure I either change out my piping for returning the distilled water to rubber rather than the wood, or place it over far enough that it's not connecting to it. I agree, things that burn should not go through walls. At least Greg did the it doesn't go through the floor shit. If you have a floor under your burning box, anything under the floor shouldn't burn. But it has to be a solid floor under the burning box. And I agree with the wall shit. But again, Greg, what are you going to do? Alright, so let's see what we're going to do here. Take this out. And we'll go here. And that is right where my dryers are. So if I go over to here, that'll be past my dryers. And I won't have to remove them. Although moving them won't be a big issue. Other than I'll have to extend the water pipe, shit like that. I still have room to put the charcoal pipe in behind it. I won't have room for my Distilled water pipe, though. Have to take that around that shit if I want to do that. But actually, this is not going to be on the charcoal system. So I don't have to worry about the charcoal going in, because the electrolyzer is going to be on the gases, and I will probably have the roaster on the gases as well. I think that's how I want to do this. So the only thing I have to get over to that side is this distilled water, not the ash removal pipe or the charcoal coal feeder pipe. So yeah, I think I'll just leave them there, and I'll just work over this way. And just put the roaster and the electrolyzer over here. And once I get this done, then I got to deal with a whole lot more machinery. But I think I'm going to take a turn in what I'm doing after I get the electrolyzer and the roaster built in place. And I do believe before I start setting up, well, actually before I start running them, I'm going to go ahead and get motors made. I do believe. Just let me look here. Battery. Battery box, I can definitely make an LV one. I can make circuits as soon as I set up the crystallization crucible. And a press. I have the iridium for the crystallization crucible, so that's not going to be too difficult to do. I'll just have to hook up a press, which that I got to figure out where I'm going to stick. I might be able to finagle that in here, because it's going to technically be moved to a electric engine at some point as well. It's not going to stay on the charcoal system either. But I got the plastic, so I can make this stuff. I just got to get the bath made for that. And I will start off with lead acid batteries. So battery alloy I can make, tin cable I can make. The lead acid cell, I will have the sulfuric acid, but only after I set this up for the first freaking time, which I think I might be able to get away with doing the first batch in a mixing bowl. I've never actually tried it, but I might be able to get away with that. Hello, why are you not giving me... there we go, because that was the recipe. So yeah, lead foil, battery alloy plates, lead foil. I either need a cluster mill or I lose it, a quarter of it, or 3/4 of it with a bending cylinder. Greg did say he was adding the bending cylinder thing to the anvil. I don't know if he's going to change it to where it's less lossy than what this is, because this is, well, pretty fucking lossy when you lose 3/4 of your material to make the foil. But I don't know if he's going to do that or not. The sulfuric acid setup takes 2 mixers, or 1 mixer with all the stuff in it. I usually set up 2. And I'm going to have them on motors. Let's see. I don't think that anything burning should go through walls. It's too hard for him, apparently. That's why I asked about the dryers. Motors for, I think it's already added to the anvil. You mean the LV power? Yes, the LV. I will be basically setting up a boiler to turn, and a dynamo system, what I'm setting up for my electrolyzer, to make electricity. And then I will use these motors to run my mixers rather than, oh well, shit. I can't really use them the way I want to use them until I can make aluminum, because I can't turn the damn things off. So I guess I might as well set them up steam powered for now until I do that. Damn covers taking aluminum are a pain in my ass. So I need to get aluminum set up very soon, because I need one of these automatic machine switches, which needs a blank cover, which needs aluminum. And I have aluminum, but it's cheaty aluminum, and I don't want to use it until I can actually make it. So yeah. My Bic's empty. Wasn't that like the last one I had? Do I seriously gotta go make a damn Bic? I think I seriously gotta go make a damn Bic. Either that or I gotta make matches. Do I have another one? I got one more left. Haha. E99 in my gave me all these Bics so I didn't have to frickin' make matches. I was tired of making flint and tinders. Alright, so I am actually going to get the hell out of here. And been here for, oh, that's antimony, never mind. Been here for almost 3 hours now, and I'm hoping to get back on later on when Junior gets home and do something with him a bit later. And I got to get all of that area down there tore out. I'm going to go ahead and get pretty much everything pre-built and ready to go for the electrolyzer setup. It's going to be the same setup as this right here. Other than the dynamo, which we haven't made yet. Already made this setup twice now with boilers. So I'll get everything carved out over here and get everything laid out the way I want. And we'll come back next time and get it all set up with the electrolyzer, make a roaster, get it set up, pipe everything. I don't want to make too many pipes and stuff until Thursday when we get the new update with the new anvil. And yes, I know it's already out in the secret version, but I like to do all my testing on one day. That way everybody can see what is changing for that week. And that also gives Greg plenty of time to tweak and twerk anything that he needs to before I take a look at it. So we got the tank done. We got the electrolyzer itself done. So I just need to get the boilers made, which is probably going to be a bit more, because I don't believe I have any steel boilers left. Yeah, I don't have any more steel boilers made. So basically I'm just going to have to do some boring ass processing and get some iron made up, because that is definitely not going to be enough iron right there to make all the boilers I need to make. Also, if I remember correctly, in America we have refuelable Bic lighters. There are refillable butane lighters, but there are not refillable Bic lighters. And that's why when he did this, I suggested he make them a Bic lighter. So it was just a one-time use thing. Alright, so anyways, I am out of here. Be right back with the testing of the new thing. I need to get my need to get Task Manager brought up here real quick so I can see what I'm running at for this, and then we're going to switch it over to the other one. So hang out here for just a few minutes if you'd like to help me test and see what the encoding software is going to look like with the other one. Otherwise, I will see you guys hopefully later on today if everything works out with Junior and he's not too tired from his extra day of extra work he has to do on Sundays. And I will see you guys later.